that all high school athletes should pay attention to. Don't ever declare a year early in high school football to get to college. You ain't ready and you ain't good enough to play college football after only 3 years of high school football. I don't care if you're some rich white kid who went to a really well-to-do prep school in California or wherever the hell else. This dude is all of 6'2". He's coming off a torn ACL. Like, bro, what was the point? You could have just waited for your actual real senior year. You've lost a year of eligibility you can't get back now. And at this point, I don't see you tearing up the SEC in football. Jamie Newman's a transfer from Wake Forest, and then they got two other guys there.
That's what I was going to ask. Does Georgia even have room like that in their quarterback room?
Yeah, but he has about 3 years left to play too. And he's not starting over Newman this year. He's still coming back from a torn ACL.
So pretty much what you're saying is they don't have a guy, but they have guys. All right.
What I'm saying is JT Daniels might have just blown his whole football career.
Unless he moves the receiver.
Nah, he's not. You're talking about Tate Martell.
Yeah.
He's on the same level as Tate Forcier. Shout out to former Michigan quarterbacks that ended up transferring back out to the West Coast.
I was talking about the West Virginia receiver.
David Sills?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just slandered about 7 different types of
We just slandered a whole generation of
quarterbacks.
7 spark athletes.
Yeah. Like white high school QBs who really thought they were the shit and realized you're actually not that good.
Shout out to Matt Jones, wherever he is.
Who? Matt Jones. Man.
Yeah, we're stupid.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Oh. That was low-hanging fruit, but...
Apparently not for him. He's 6'6".
Stop it! Leave that man alone. All right, Mike Tomlin says he likes the new additions to the Rooney Rule.
I was hoping I saw this, and I was hoping you wouldn't see it either.
The longest active reigning black coach co-signs the NFL's latest initiative to make teams interview more black candidates, both for coordinators and coaching. Do you got a take or a tangent on that?
I get why he'd say that, because he's in Pittsburgh, and they're like the safest place to do that. But Mike, they already give you shit for not winning more titles.
Not wrong.
On top of that, do you really think
you still haven't chosen your quarterback?
You still haven't chosen your quarterback who's going to replace Ben.
You still can't even keep your running backs.
Your defense is finally getting back to a Super Bowl level, but your offense is kind of cantankerous. So,
and they keep giving you fast receivers. Can't get separation.
How are you fast, but you can't get separation?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know, man. The Steelers find a way to draft those guys.
Chase Claypool just another Lima Swede? We'll find out. Lima Swede, I always put him.
Wheaton, Eli Rogers.
Marcus Wheaton was cool for a minute.
Yeah, Marcus
got hurt.
There you go.
But yeah, we don't talk about Darius Hayward-Bay. He's just a really good special teams player, teammate apparently. But like, I get that, but it's just premise doesn't work because, like Marvin Lewis said, it feels like some Jim Crow shit. Like, how can I? It's already hard enough being black.
Well, Lewis was specifically talking about the first round pick, which they didn't approve.
Yeah, it's hard enough being black. It's even harder when you're black and they want to discredit you at something that you're really great at doing in a sport that predominantly looks like people like you. And you want someone to leverage draft capital to get you someone else a job. When they won't respect you, they'll have more respect for the third round pick than the actual coach in that position. That's why I'm glad Pep Hamilton keeps getting work. Because he's been getting kind of a raw deal since he was under Harbaugh. Like, he wasn't really allowed to call plays. And then you saw what he did in the XFL. He's a great X's and O's guy. He's no slouch. I saw the DC Defenders tear people's asses up the whole half of a season until they got, they played the Wildcats. But it's just really, it's a disingenuous rule. It's a ill-spirited rule, and I just can't respect it. Like, you don't take slops from the table like you're the fucking family dog just so you can eat. Like, no, you demand a table, or you demand to sit at the table that you helped build. But you don't take anything less than the seat at the table. So, yeah, I disagree with him, but I understand why he did it. Because in Pittsburgh, yeah, they would actually give a non-white person probably a fair shake. But where else?
So, basically what you're saying is,
it's wishful thinking.
Like, it's cool to be, like, inside the club and then be like, oh, yeah, they're letting more of us inside the club. But at the same time,
they didn't want to let you in the club.
And
did you forget that?
And not just that, but it's not that it's too little, too late, but it's just still not enough.
It's gross. It's like here's a 2 black candidate minimum. What am I at, a club?
All right. Tiki Barber says Eli Manning is a sure bit Hall of Famer. You got to take her attention on that.
Did he prevent Tom Brady from getting like the Infinity Gauntlet? Yes. So he has to go in. He's going in just based off his last name. And the fact that he has the same amount of rings as his brother, but he beat his brother's arch nemesis. And there's nothing either one of them can do about it.
I agree with that.
He's the rub.
I agree with that. Shit, I forgot. My bad. I had it in my head. Anonymous GM said Cam Newton's decline was evident last year. Do you got to take or tangent on that?
I want to point out what fullback Mike Tolbert said. It's BS how they're doing Cam. They knew his shoulder was messed up and he needed a shoulder surgery like 2.5 years ago. And now they want to wait to get him one and then cut him when it's really inconvenient. It's BS. And the jury, the fix has been in on Cam for a while now. And it's really sad. And the Panthers are bums for that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And my tangent on it is it's really easy, and we've talked about this before, it's really easy for anonymous GMs to take shots, but ultimately
you were saying it to his face because you're a little bitch.
Not only just that, but even so, if you're going to say something that's going to potentially take the money out of somebody else's pocket, at least put your name to it, because for all we know, that anonymous personnel could have been somebody in the Panthers organization, or it could have been somebody who already has a quarterback. Could have been someone with the fucking Chiefs who aren't looking for a quarterback. Like, we don't know the context of that. So just to put out an anonymous source that a bunch of different news sources are going to aggregate and run with, like, I get it. It gives you access. It separates you. It's information. People want it, but it's low-hanging fruit, especially when you're talking about taking money out of one of the best black quarterbacks of all time. One of the only ones to actually win MVP and win it outright.
And one of the best quarterbacks. And hell, I'd say he has better numbers.
Dude.
I'd say he has better numbers than Eli outside of the Super Bowls.
And a good dude.
A great human being. He's definitely better than Andy Dalton.
Okay. It was weird, but... First up, Joe Flacco says he's open to mentoring Sam Darnold in his new role with the Jets. Is that a touchdown or a turnover for Sam Darnold? Bro, Sam Darnold's your boy. Shut up.
No, it's Joe Flacco being a QB mentor, period. It's hilarious. Man, when were you ever, like, good? You had one good run. Like, are you going to show him how to get $100 million?
Off one 5,000-yard season?
I mean,
4,000-yard season.
You weren't even the best player on the team. It was Ray Rice.
Next up, the Carolina Panthers signed Eli Apple officially. Touchdown or turnover for the Panthers.
That's a touchdown that Eli Apple's going to inevitably give up this year.
I mean, the Panthers are still trying to recover from losing Josh Norman like 5 years ago.
And they just lost James Bradbury, I think.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm pretty sure Eli Apple has more cheat day. No, has.
You're flaming.
No.
It's happening.
I'm going to feel bad about saying this, but Eli Apple gives up more touchdowns than I give up in terms of cheat days.
Boo.
I know, because you fucked me up. I had something going, and I stumbled, and then you said something, and like, see, this whole thing right now is Eli Apple's career.
Yep.
Like, see, he's having that effect on me now.
The Ravens signed Tyler Huntley, former Utah QB who beat Lamar Jackson for a district title in high school. Is that a touchdown or a turnover for Huntley?
That's dope. I still think he's a better QB than Trace McSorley, but don't get me started on that. Trace McSorley should go play receiver or something. Like, I don't know how Trace McSorley got drafted. I don't understand it.
Minnesota head coach, Coach Zimmerman, Mike Zimmerman, said he didn't want to trade Stephon Diggs, but the Buffalo Bills essentially made them an offer of a bunch of draft picks they couldn't refuse. Is that a touchdown or a turnover for the Vikings, admitting that they didn't want to trade Diggs after they traded him?
Yeah, because he's better than Adam Thielen, and everybody knows it. They didn't trade Thielen. They traded their best receiver and luckily got a great receiver out of LSU and got a corner that hopefully works out.
Yeah, they needed to do something. Defense is kind of at its twilight, and the offensive line is also kind of there. So they needed to mix something up. They thought it was going to be Kirk Cousins, the mix-up 2 years ago that would get them over the hump. Hasn't been, so now they had to do something.
How are they going to feel when Kirk Cousins has the Vikings go 9-7 and then he chokes in the playoffs again? But he has a 70% completion percentage. Okay.
Jalen Ramsey says he won't hold out with the Rams. Touchdown or turnover for Ramsey as he's in the last year of his deal.
That's definitely what I want to talk about. I totally forgot that. That's a touchdown for the Rams because he said, please, dear God, just get me out of Jacksonville. I promise you I won't hold out. I promise you I won't hold out. He's going to get a mega deal because the Rams ain't going to be able to pay him.
I just pictured Bart Simpson, right? I promise I won't hold out. I promise I won't hold out. In Jacksonville.
Plot twist, he goes to Cleveland.
Free Leonard Fournette.
And now that's really scary because imagine him on Cleveland. Him, Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams in the slot. And then there's somebody signed to Davian Clowney. And Nick Chubb's probably going to get a fat deal coming up. So,
Green Bay Packers head coach Matt LaFleur talked about their recent addition in the first round, Jordan Love. He defended the pick of a quarterback in the first round by saying Love was clearly the best player available on the board. So, is LaFleur standing behind Love? Is that a touchdown or a turnover for the upcoming Packers season?
It's a touchdown, man. You're not going to kill the kid's confidence before he gets there. If you have to piss off Aaron Rodgers, so be it.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, if you were good now, A.J. Dillon's a great pickup because, it's a run-heavy offense.
And
to
your
take the ball out of his hands.
I mean, to your point.
They just screwed up the rest of the draft.
To your point, you might actually want to piss off Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers with something to prove is
Jordan level.
Something like that.
It's Jordan